Dr. Sree Narayana, sir, please.
നവോത്ഥാനത്തിന്റെ പ്രഭാകരൻ ഇവിടെ സെമിനാർ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് എന്നാൽ അന്ന് പക്ഷേ നടക്കാതെ പോയി.
Peethom. And even before that, we were working hard for instituting such a chair here. That is, I think it was from 2003 onwards. But even to move a paper from one table to another, it took 6 months or 7 months time. And even if that paper comes to the next chair, next table, immediately after half an hour, that paper will go under the huge set of files. Why such a? That was the experience we had here. Then, because of the intervention of the then Honorable Governor, Shri Bhakti, he insisted, why you people are not allowing Sanatana Dharma Peethom to function here? Why you are not permitting such institution of such a chair? Only because of the intervention of the then governor, this chair came into existence. And from 2005, this is working, and many a time, Vice Chancellors of this university wholeheartedly appreciated the activities of this chair, and we are taking so many Dharma classes, Vedanta classes, and in almost all seminars conducted by this chair, this seminar complex was almost full, and today also it is not only full, we had to stop issuing passes even before 2 o'clock. So that is the place this chair occupies in the heart of the people of this area. So with all respect, I am inviting the very presence of our Honorable Governor is a blessing for all of us. He is in the heart of the common people of Kerala. Above all, those who have that much limited or dark political view, I am not commenting on them. Others have a place in their heart, and our governor is occupying that place. Today, we are having a seminar. Actually, the plan of the chair was, along with the Bharatheeya Vichara Kendram, was to organize a function to release the book of Manya Parameshwarji. But our Honorable Governor could not come on that day. And then we decided we can arrange a seminar based on that topic, that is the influence of Bhagavan Sree Narayana Guru and such other great Adhyatmic Acharyas in the renaissance of Kerala. And based on that topic, we will have the seminar today, and this is the inaugural session, and we are much blessed to have our governor here. I am not going to talk for a long time in this session. With all heart, I am welcoming our Honorable Governor in this session to bless us all.
असतोमा सद्गमया तमसोमा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Shri Kumaran C, visiting Professor Sanatan Dharma Peethom, Shraddhe Swami Chidanand Puriji, Shri Shekharan C, Shri Shant Tien, Dr. Abraham Joseph, Shri Dharan P, Priye Sahodari Sahodran Mare, എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ വന്ദനം. We have started this event with an invocation song, Ya Kundedu Tushar Har Dhavla, which means purity of body. We are invoking divine to bless us with the purity of body, purity of mind, and sanctity of spirit, Atma. We must make ourselves as white, Swachh, Dhavala, then Nishesh Jadya Paha, which means invoking the divine, or rather becoming more aware that we have to get rid of the diseases in our mind. And these diseases need to be removed. Clarity of speech, purity of body, sanctity of spirit, all these three things are that we ardently pray for, and we start every important function with this prayer. At the outset, I would like to thank Sanatan Dharma Peethom, the organizers, and ladies and gentlemen who are gathered in this hall, who have very kindly and graciously welcomed me here. Peethom, I would like to express my gratitude for their invitation and giving me this opportunity to pay my tribute to one of the great saints of India, Sree Narayana Guru, and also Parameshwarji. So this is, and I must also apologize for my inability to attend the function earlier due to some unforeseen reasons. The book Navothanat Pinde Pirvachakan, which was written by Swargya P. Parameshwaranji, At that occasion, I was supposed to be here, and I was not able to come. But the ideals of Sri Narayana Guru, as well as the incisive and profound observations of Parmeshwarji are among those that cannot wither, nor they can become stale, and that explains the contemporary relevance of this seminar. We all know, many decades after his Mahasamadhi, the flow of books and studies on the life and teachings of Shri Narayana Guru has been stronger than ever. This is perhaps, not perhaps, this can happen only when the teachings of the Guru continue to be relevant to the times in which we are living. They enlighten researchers with novel and striking insights about the depth of his vision. Every new revelation reminds us of the profundity of this Vishwa Guru who redefined the social role of a sannyasi through his unique philosophy of equality and universal brotherhood. And please, never forget the fact that in the Indian Sant Parampara, the great Gurus, Shri Narayana Guru including, right from Adi Shankaracharya, they have never claimed originality about their teachings. Our problem is that as human beings, we have a forgetful nature. We become forgetful of these great teachings. Often we stray from the path which they have shown us, and that is why in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord tells us, Yada yada hi dharmasya gilanir bhavti bharat abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam sirjamyaham. Gilani is nothing else. When we forget the essence of the message, the essence of our cultural heritage, and we go wayward, then India is gifted with the blessed. This is a blessed capability of India, that at such times noble souls, they come amidst us. And they remind us, they invite our attention. I would like to share my understanding of what Sanatan means, what Sanatan Dharma means. Sanatan is not the only concept. Along with Sanatan, we have the concept of Yug Dharma, Kal Dharma, Desh Dharma. So we will have to make distinction between all these four. Dharma is a complex issue. Even Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, who was the son of Dharma, he got confused. And he asked Bhishma Pitame in the battlefield of Kurukshetra when he was lying on the bed of nails. There are so many books, so many preachings, so many interpretations, so many commentaries. Which one I should consider final? I do not know whether the reply of Bhishma Pitame had satisfied the curiosity of the Dharmaraj. But the compiler of all Indian wisdom, what are these books? They are essentially our sages, our rishis. They devoted their lives. They never claimed that this is their, they have created these principles. They always said they have discovered these principles. They did not make any claim of ownership. They said these Sanatan Siddhant are something of everlasting value, which does not change, like the Kal Dharma changes, like the Desh Dharma. You are here in Calicut, tomorrow you may be, for a job you may go to Jammu and Kashmir. Many things, because the climate is totally different. Food habits will also differ. Style of life will differ. So you will have to adapt to many changes. You are living in a different time period. Then you will have to find way out to meet the demands of the times in which you are living. That is Kal Dharma. But Sanatan Dharma, the Sanatan Siddhant, Sanatan values, Sanatan, which we call Sanatan, that is not subject to change. It does not change. I often give this example. The sun rises, say, at 5:45. No power on earth, howsoever advanced we may be, we can advance or postpone the rising of the sun. That is Sanatan Siddhant. They are eternal truths. And the eternal truths, from eternal truth, what follows? Eternal truth will not cater to sectional demands. Desh Dharma will cater to sectional demands. Kal Dharma will cater to sectional demands. Eternal values will not cater to sectional demands. And that is the reason why the Indian culture has a universal vision. Mata cha Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwara, Manava Sarva, Bandhava, Swadesho Bhuvan Tireyam. It is not just I am Nijparovati Garna Lagu Cheta Samuda Charita Nam Tu Vasudev Kutumkam, the phrase which we adopted for highly successful G20 conference, and this phrase become popular not only throughout India but throughout the world. Please think about it. We are not the only country in the world. We are not the only civilization in the world. And when I compare, I do not compare with the intention to show other civilization in poor light. No, I have no right to sit in judgment. But as an Indian, I must understand what my true heritage is. In order to understand that, I need some comparative study. These civilizations all over the world. Yesterday night, somebody who is a very well-known, I know him since a long time, belongs to Calicut, when he was a student in Delhi. Even when Delhi, after his education, he had become very well-known as author. Writes in magazines, papers, books, he has written. Last night came to see me and I was discussing this. I said, tell me, any civilization is the world which has a universal vision. Every civilization is defined either by the color of the skin. You know, human beings cannot live in isolation. I can't be an island unto myself. I need company, I need samajam, society. If I need society, then I must find a mechanism to give a sense of unity, sense of stability to that society. That will be based on some principle. So, one civilization would say that we are of the color of our skin is white or whatever it is. That is what binds us together. And on that basis, they will claim superiority. This is very important. Not only that we will create in this society, we will create unity in this society, but on the basis because we are white, therefore we are superior to other races. They will come to other countries, they will exploit them, they will loot them, but what they will say? We have come to civilize them. Why? Because we are superior. Then there are civilizations. Our language is superior. Our religious faith is superior. Only we will get liberation from human condition, which in Indian tradition is called moksha, nirvana. In other traditions, different names are given. We alone will go to paradise. We alone have that message which we must carry to all the corners of the world, and on that basis we should dominate over others. And what is the defining parameter of Indian civilization? Race? No, our rishis have told us, if varna is a word which can be used for race, and which was used for race for long time, then our rishis have told us, Bharateshu Striya Purusho Nana Varna Pirkirtite Nana Dev Archane Yukta Nana Karmani Kurvati. They have not told last 150 years. The world is changing. This is not 200-year-old shlok. This goes back to the remotest times when possibly we had not even, we were depending totally on oral tradition. Then our rishis told us that in this subcontinent itself we have so many races. People, women, men, they belong to different races. They worship God is one, but they worship that one God by different names. It has not been said so elaborately in this particular shlok, but there are other shlokas. Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram. Sarv deva namaskara keshavam priti gacchati. So they say, and their customs and rituals are different. Then what should be the basis of unity of India? India should break down. No, they found, unlike race, unlike language, unlike religious faith, one can change one's mode of worship. And in India, our rishis have told us that we are not only that Sarv Deva Namaskara, but they have told us Uttam Sahaj Avastha, Dittiya Dhyan Dharna, Tirtiya Pirtima Puja, Hom Yatra Chaturthi. Ye Yathava Pirpadyante, Tans Tathef Pajamyam. Mam Vartamanu Vartante Manushya Partha Sarvaja. Whichever way anybody takes. If I use the words of Swami Vivekananda, from lowest fetishism, I have no right to sit in judgment if a person believes in fetishism. What is important is his intention, his sincerity, his devotion or her devotion. How that devotion is expressed, that is not important. So what our rishis said? Our rishis said that names are not different. In fact, they go even beyond that. They say in Indian tradition it is not enough to say I believe in God. That does not have any meaning. I believe in this thing. That does not have any meaning. It's only very rudimentary, very elementary thing. What is important? I have seen God. I have experienced God. I have realized God. Swami Vivekananda appears before Ramakrishna Paramhans and says, he was a curious mind. Therefore he says to Paramhans, have you seen God? He looks at him and responds, young man, I see God more intensely than I see you who is standing before me. So when you reach that state of realization, then our tradition tells us, yato vacho nivartante aprapya mansa saha, then you become dumb. I am speaking with great force. Why? Because God is kind to me. Right from childhood, and my only hobby or obsession is reading books. The day, whatever I am speaking to you, the day I fully realize it in myself, then I will not be able to speak. Yato vacho nivartante, then you become like a dumb man who has been served very delicious paisam, and he is enjoying it, but he cannot express his how much he is liking it. He is not in a position to express. Even Bhagwan Buddha has said, Anaksharasse dharmasse shruti ka deshna chata. Something which is beyond the grasp of words. What is shruti and what is udesh? But it comes when you reach that stage where you realize it, and that is something which our rishis had prescribed for us, because they said Indian civilization, Sanatan, cannot be defined by exclusive parameters. If you adopt race, then other races are excluded. If you adopt language, then India will be totally fragmented. If you adopt even the way of worship, then so many people will be left outside. What will happen to them? They will become the other. And history tells us that other always is a source of fear. Tuit yada bhe bhavati. If somebody is other, then you will always feel afraid of that person, because you do not know about it. So what our rishis told us? Our rishis told us that Indian civilization and culture cannot be, Sanatan civilization and culture cannot be defined by parameters which are exclusive. Then how it will be defined? What will be the basis? Aham brahmasmi tattvamasi. Prajnanam Brahma. I am Atma Brahma. People say Shankaracharya created 4 births in the country and united India. Sir, buildings do not create unity. What created unity and what awareness came was that Shankaracharya Adi Shankar picked up these 4 Mahavakyas from the Vedas, 4 Vedas, and gave each one Mahavakya to each mutt, meaning almost the same thing. Yova pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati. Tasya hamna purnashyami chama mane purnashyati. We all have eyes, but Bhagavan Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita tells us, despite having eyes, we are not able to see. Who is the seer? Who really sees? One who sees me everywhere and in every being. He truly has the eyes, he truly has the vision. And for such a person, I am never separated from him, nor is he ever separated from me. Somebody met me, lives abroad, and he admiringly, not questioningly, admiringly told me, Arif, I wonder how India maintains its unity with so much diversity. There are so many languages in India. People do not understand every language. They are of different racial stocks. They have different ways of worshipping. Customs, rituals are different. How do you maintain your unity? I told him that if you study our cultural heritage, then you will not be surprised at all. I said, 1,000 years back we were told, Yada kruta pithak bhava mekasthamanu pashyati tat evacha vistaram brahma sampadiyate tata. Whatever diversity you see in this hall, it is emanation and manifestation from one source. So kama yata bahusyam prijayet. Once I realized that everything is coming, the children, they have different facial features, they have different tastes, different inclinations, but they are born by the same mother. They have the fraternal feeling. I said, our rishis told us 1,000 years back that you all emanate from one source. Whatever, Swami Vivekananda was asked, what is the purpose of life? Pursuit of happiness? He said, if pursuit of happiness is the summum and bonum of life, and if I am powerful, who will prevent me from making you unhappy in order to secure more happiness for myself? He said, that cannot be purpose of life, looking for happiness. Then people asked him, what is the purpose of life? He said, purpose of life is pursuit of knowledge. Tapa swadhyaya niritam. Ever devoted to the pursuit of knowledge. What is the purpose of knowledge? Then he said, the purpose of knowledge is education and knowledge should lead you to, that should crystallize into wisdom and development of your capability, where you can see underlying unity behind apparent diversity. That is the purpose of knowledge, and that will bring true happiness. India has been knowledge hub at a time when Europe was still in darkness. Knowledge means power. Have we ever tried in the history to dominate over others when we were very powerful? No. Why? When other nations became powerful, Europeans became powerful after Renaissance. They established their colonies all over the world. The Arabs became powerful after 8th century. They established their rule all over the almost most part of the world. India was seat of knowledge much before that. Have we ever tried that? Is it because we are better human beings than they are? No, human beings are the same everywhere. Our cultural background and our eternal values, Sanatan Mulya, are different, which do not allow us to dominate over others. The great contribution of Sree Narayana Guru is, in my opinion, Kerala, today's Kerala is totally different. I'm not saying it to please you, but the sense of dignity and equality which exists in Kerala, so robust, so healthy sense, it does not exist in many places in India. Why this change, this revolutionary change? In a state where Swami Vivekananda 100 years back when he came here, he described this state as Bhrantale. how this change has come. And it is not that Kerala alone was laboring under the weight of feudalism, of oppressive social practices. Other places were also laboring under. And movement started at other places. I'm not comparing, it is only the observation of a student. Other places, they used Western ideas to change the society, to bring reforms. The result was that reforms happened, improvement came, but it came at a cost. There was so much social tension, so much enmity, so much bad blood. But fortunately, things improved. In Kerala, change came peacefully. Why? Because Sree Narayana Guru did not depend on foreign ideas. Sree Narayana Guru reminded us of our cultural heritage. He reminded us of our Sanatan Sanskriti. He reminded us of the teachings of the Upanishad. He totally depended on Advaitvad. And what a logical question. If, when I say, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, I am my cultural heritage. These Sanatan values oblige me to see the divine in you. I see the divine in you and then I make discrimination against you. Is it permissible? No. He appealed. You know, there is another lesson, not just for Kerala, for the whole of India, that the solution of our problems lies in indigenous solutions. The solutions should come from our culture and our civilization. That will be, it is much easier to make people accept something of which today they may not be aware, but it is somewhere in their conscious. I remember in my village, most of the people were illiterate, uneducated. My grandmother, she could only read letters, she could not write one. That too in Urdu. She could read, but could not write, because girls were not allowed to learn writing. So I heard her, I heard so many people in my village saying, suppose somebody does not go to offer prayers, somebody does not go to temple or mosque. I never heard anybody saying that you have given up your dharma. But if you commit a dishonest act, if you steal somebody's money, if you try to oppress somebody, then the common man of the village will say, koi deen dharam hai ki nahi hai. That is the Sanatan concept. It has to do with our conduct, with our behavior. And I feel that now India is on, as Swami Vivekananda has said, he said, I do not believe in making predictions about the future. I am not a stargazer, nor do I care to see. But one vision I see as clear as life, that Mother India, that is Bharat Mata, is awakened once more. sitting on her throne, rejuvenated, more glorious than ever. India is rising again. But nobody in the world, even though they fully do not know about our cultural heritage, but nobody in the world has misgivings about us. That if India becomes powerful, India will try to dominate over others. Why? Because our cultural heritage does not permit us. You are sitting here in a university. There's a leading Saudi Arabia, leading newspapers, Saudi Gazette, whose editor is Al-Harbi. This is before coming to Kerala. That year, I have quoted this at several places. He is the chief editor of the paper. And on the editorial page, he wrote a long article about India. Saying what? Saying that he goes on to say, he says, sometimes I feel jealous of India. So many languages, all the religions in the world are found in India. All colors, the skin color, every hue you find in India, cultural, lingual differences, everything. Yet, they are marching towards prosperity, progressing towards prosperity. The unity is there. And then he says, I'm using his words, I'm not making any judgment. He says, I live in a part of the world where language is same, religion is same, culture is same, and we are all the time we are fighting among ourselves. What is the difference? Difference is, and our Honorable Prime Minister last year when he talked about Panch Pran, 5 vows, one of them was to become more aware of our cultural heritage and feel proud of it. In fact, when I met after that speech, I said to Honorable Prime Minister, I said, sir, concentrate on this one Pran, rest will fall into place by themselves. Our real heritage is knowledge heritage, Gyan ki parampara. If we are able to reclaim that, everything else will come into order. And he agreed with me. So it is our duty, people who are sitting here, they are those who can be counted as successful people. And always remember that the human psychology is that the ordinary people, common people, imitate those whom they perceive to be successful in life. That is the human psychology. So you have a duty not only to live your own life. You are a model for many people because you have done well in your life. Now you have an obligation towards them. And again, if I revert back to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjun, Yadi hiyaham na varteyam jati karmanne tandirta mam vartmanu vartante manushya parth sarvashi. My actions do not benefit me. But since I am considered as an ideal, therefore if I cease to work, the other people, they will become inert and inactive. Therefore, it is my duty to remain engaged in action all the time. I have a duty towards others. For you have a duty towards others. And I wish that Sanatan Dharma Peethom and Swami Chidananji, very kind and affectionate towards me. I enjoy his blessings. I am very fortunate. I am sure in the coming days, this Peeth will create great awareness about Sanatan ideals, Sanatan values, Sanatan heritage. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, valre nanni, jai hind.
Thank you, Hon'ble Governor. The memento in the name of Sanathana Dharma Peethom and Bharatheeya Vichara Kendram, presented to Hon'ble Governor by Shri T.N., General Secretary, Calicut University Employees Center. On behalf of all who gathered here, Hon'ble Governor is invited to receive the memento from Sri. Thank you, sir. And this is the end of session 1. Let us close it with the national anthem. Please stand up for the national anthem.
How many times you want to? VC was supposed to chair the meeting. Do you think we boycott? Okay.